Former Maybank boss Wahid Omar will be ending his stint as senator and minister in the PM's department on June 4th. That's next Saturday. According to PM Najib, it was Wahid's wish to serve for only one term before returning to the corporate sector when he first accepted the post in 2013. He will, however, remain on Najib's Economic Council. Najib thanked Wahid for his service and said he was confident that the ex-banker would continue to contribute towards nation-building efforts. Wahid was appointed senator on June 5, 2013 and was subsequently made minister in charge of the Economic Planning Unit. He previously held top positions in companies including Maybank, Telecom Malaysia and UEM Group. Maybank's first quarter earnings are down 16%, sapped by a higher provisioning for some corporate and business banking accounts. In the 3 months to March, net profit slumped to 1.4 billion ringgit. That's despite posting higher revenue, up 22% to 11.2 billion ringgit. Maybank says the higher provisioning was to accommodate the restructuring of more corporate loans to better match their project cash flows. The country's biggest bank by assets expects its financial performance for FY16 to be satisfactory in a more challenging regional environment. It says it will continue to focus more on strengthening its capital and liquidity and also to be more vigilant in managing asset quality. Meanwhile, Ambank reported a 46% plunge in fourth quarter net profit on the back of lower net interest, Islamic banking and insurance income. But it's still going to reward its shareholders with a 10.5 dividend a share for the quarter under review. Let's pull up the numbers. Earnings are down to 280 million ringgit from 520 million a year earlier. Top line was also down, inching about 5% lower to 2.1 billion ringgit. For the full year, net profit fell 31% to 1.3 billion ringgit. Revenue was about 8% lower at 8.4 billion ringgit. Ambank is expecting slower growth across the banking sector this year. Still, there are some bright spots, it says, such as the SME sector. IHH Healthcare is looking to spend a whopping 4.83 billion ringgit over the next 2 years to expand its global domination. According to MD and CEO Dr. Tan See Leng, the markets that IHH would focus on are China, India and Turkey. Of those three countries, China is the big winner, with IHH targeting to spend 70% of its expansion funds in the People's Republic, specifically for Hong Kong and Shanghai. In India, IHH is looking to cement its position in Bangalore, Hyderabad, Chennai and Bombay. While in Turkey, the company is aiming to open several hospitals in Istanbul in early 2017. Tan says IHH is committed to 3,000 beds in the pipeline, of which a third will come next year. Tan also seems unnerved by the current economic headwinds, saying it wouldn't blow IHH off kilter. IHH is continuing to progressively open its 500-bed Glen Eagles Hong Kong hospital and complete its Parkway Health Chengdu hospital in 2017. So, 1MDB reportedly paid a fine imposed by Bank Negara for, among others, failing to bring back $1.8 billion parked overseas. But the quantum of the fine is still unknown, and veteran politician Kit Siang thinks it's ridiculous. He argues that it's public knowledge that Singapore Central Bank had fined BSI Singapore 13.3 million Sing dollars for money laundering violations. So why is Bank Negara keeping mum on how much 1MDB's penalties amounted to? He says Malaysian taxpayers have every right to know what this compound fine was, since the payment was borne by them. And despite what BNM's Muhammad Ibrahim says, Lim says the matter isn't closed, as many questions are still left unanswered. Has Bank Negara given a new deadline for 1MDB to repatriate the funds? What does the payment of the fine mean that 1MDB doesn't have to bring back the money? These are questions Lim says Muhammad Ibrahim needs to answer.